So this is one of the first things I designed for Morena Baccarin, and when she was, the head of the Aura, I guess. And I was telling David this story, how I was trying to think, what would she want? She's running the show, and she's a little bit of a princess, so she wanted to look just like those guys, but we had to sort of make it a girl size. And so I kind of shrunk it all down and made it a little more feminine, but a lot of that is taken from the Ori warriors. So she could do anything. This one I love because it was just a happy circumstance that once we had that made, and it's rich and beautiful and moved beautifully. And when she moved her arm, it looked like a galaxy.
Yes.
That lace was just, and I thought, oh, that worked out really great.
Just very, yeah. Oh, it's just terrific.
Does, right?
She looks like a messiah.
She's amazing, yeah. And there's the sketches.
I love your sketch work.
Oh.
How much time on average would you spend on a sketch? And how long, at what point is it, okay, I need to get the idea down.
Yeah.
How long is this going to take to really get, because the people who you're working with,
yes,
who are going to interpret the information.
Yeah.
And of course you can tell them, this is kind of this,
right,
this is that.
Right, they get used to you.
Yeah,
and
correct.
what you like and stuff. Well, you'll see a little further along that there's many pages where I just have lots of tiny little sketches, and that's how it goes through my head. Is I'm just, what am I going to do? I'll start with an idea, and then it actually evolves into this, and then this would be one that I would show the boys. It would be a little bit, better, a little bit colored, and some of the textures and everything in it. So this would take me, probably a good hour to 2 hours to do.
How precise were Brad and Rob? And I remember you sharing the story in episode 1 about this is to design for the Lucian Alliance. But in terms of like something like this, was it more or less a sign-off? Like, Val, we trust you, do your thing. Most of the time it's a sign-off? Or were they like, okay, I would like to see this? And like, were they Steve Jobsing you?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
The most trusting, head of the family you could ever have. And that was the great thing is, you worked so closely with the actors as well as to how they felt, and then you worked so closely with like Dan Shea's stunts to see what they were going to be doing, and all of those things factored into it. But really, they wanted a beautiful, rich look, and they gave you carte blanche.
There you go. And you had the budget to buy bolts of all kinds of things.
Yeah, I might still have a few pieces of fabric around. Shiny black things. I don't know. I think sci-fi.
Right?
Yeah. That was her flame dress.
Oh.
Oh, that was her, yeah.
Yeah, that looked like Dominion back there. And
that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
That one never made it to camera. I think you might know why, but it's like some fancy palazzo pants or something. That one never made it. That's Vala. Just working out, what she needed to give her a look that was similar to Adria, but not the same. So those are sort of my...
Whoop, back up a little bit, Francis.
Just one, that's a good one. Because that's all my notes to my sewers and to my cutters. And that is like
that's how
long
works.
I wanted, how the sleeve looks. And it gives a lot more detail information. That's more what they get.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's sort of like 3 processes. There's a little, working through the idea. Then there's this that breaks it down for my cutters, and then there's the one that's actually colored.
Do you have a budget for every episode?
Yes.
How does it work?
Yeah, you get we had a standard budget per episode, but in the end it needed to add up to this much.
Okay.
Right? So, and people like Carl and Joe and Paul would say, just so you know, 3 episodes away, we're giving you a whole civilization or an army or something, and we want you to start thinking about it and start planning it and stuff. So that'd be a little
get the juices going.
Bit of a bump up on that.
Oh, I would hope
just
so.
In sheer numbers, but we did so many big shows. We did so many civilizations.
So, Francis, can you switch back to us for a second? Is that possible? I have in my living room the one of 3 outfits that were designed for the Pegasus Asgard in First Contact and Lost Tribe.
Wow.
What suit that was, because it had, according to Joseph Malazzi, each suit was $100,000 in development, in R&D.
Right. So that would have been Christina McQuarrie, right?
For season 5 of Atlantis.
Oh.
Right, First Contact and Lost Tribe.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then these
oh,
are the
that's one of
costumes
mine.
that went on to Universe. So you
Yes.
modified the helmets. So for something like that, I mean, how did you, because most of it is plastic and, you know, what do you call it? Whatever that was, you know, you
Yeah.
rip things off and put it back on.
The Velcro
And all that.
yeah,
How much of that
Duvetine
did
and-
you design
That
for
would have
those
those
suits?
are actually a lot of Gord in our metal shop. Oh, wow. Yeah, and he was amazing. But that took even more because
had to.
Yeah, those products
Lights
that he
and-
uses are so expensive. So R&D, yes.
Yeah,
a lot.
just extraordinary. The
Yeah.
manpower and everything else. It's just James Robbins would produce an item, and then those guys, it's like bringing it into. They would will it into reality.
Yeah.
Sometimes exactly like
They
it
were
was.
geniuses. I mean, you'd give them an idea and they would produce it, and you couldn't.
Right.
It wasn't like I was testing them. I just couldn't believe how talented. they
Right.
were.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching this clip from Dial the Gate. You can find the full live stream shows on our YouTube channel or visit dialthegate.com for the complete schedule. See you on the other side.